Hi, Ashleigh. Welcome. LinkUnite member, of course. So for those who don't know you, please tell us about yourself and the company that you're working with now.
Yeah, so my name's Ashleigh Arnaud. I am the founder and CEO of Pubflow Consulting. It's a new company. I just started it in July. It's exciting and scary all at the same time. But I initially thought I was going to be just a biz dev, business development, helping people get publishers. And it's organically evolving into this, operations, training account managers, vetting and compliance, literally anything I have expertise in, I'm helping CEOs just do their jobs better.
That's amazing. And how did you get into that, if you don't mind me asking?
I kind of, I just wanted to do something on my own, and I was I was the VP of Publisher Relations at OB Media, so I did a lot there, and I just kind of went with my strengths, and I'm just seeing how it evolves. It's a great adventure,
Yeah, and now that you have your own company, right, you have people that are needing your services, but also looking up to you, right, in that leadership role. So if you would like to tell me a little bit about what leadership means to you and how you're working with your current company and others, and mentorships along that route as well.
Yeah, so I'm helping people with leadership and management. Basically, the way I do it is I set clear expectations and have open communication with people, and I trust people to do their job, and I find their strengths, what they're good at, and I just support them with whatever they need. And then I get feedback on, how am I doing as a manager? And, I'm not managing anybody right this second, but I'm helping managers do that. So
exactly, because you had mentioned you're working with CEOs, right?
Yeah.
CEOs are typically really, really good in their field, and they're really good at what they're doing, but they may be missing certain pieces, and that's where you're kind of coming in and filling in the gaps with the industry experience that you bring.
They really want their company to work out, and they get so involved, and so I'm letting them step out and see the bigger picture sometimes.
Absolutely. And you had mentioned that you just started this, so congratulations.
Thanks.
That's a really big move. I'm sure that had a lot of risk and a lot of reward came into it, and a lot of excitement and a lot of maybe a little fear of what could happen. Tell me what is there a time, was that the most exciting time or the scariest time in your life, or tell me about that.
Literally right this second, right here at LinkUnite, that it's the most exciting and scariest all at the same time. It's just roller coaster of emotions, but every time I get anxious or anything, I call my girls, and it's just I can do this. It's been really fun, a great adventure. Yeah,
absolutely. And so just I want to dive into a little bit about that, because there's a lot of excitement obviously happening here right now with LinkUnite and all of these amazing, intelligent, successful women getting together, sharing their experiences, and talking about leadership and talking about mentorship, and and I know that this is a great group, but let's talk about some of those fears too, right? There's a lot of scary. It's scary to take.
Yeah, you don't have health insurance. I had to figure that out. It's crazy. You don't think about that when you go on your own, and I had to hire a lawyer to look at contracts and CPAs and things you don't think about. So it's a lot of money, and you're not getting paid unless you make money. So it's a lot of risk, but I think it's worth it in the end. Yeah.
And I think that creates almost a mutual understanding when you're working with other CEOs, right? Because now you understand a lot of their day-to-day, but you come in with that understanding and your background industry experience. So you're bringing another level to consulting than you could find with some cookie box.
Yeah, you understand how, if the revenue's down, why they're acting anxious or fearful, why they're maybe acting out in a way an employee might not understand. But now that I'm anxious, I'm not getting money, I'm and now I understand and can talk about it with them.
And you can communicate better, right?
Yeah.
And
we're on the same level now.
Exactly. And as you're going in and you're experiencing these new situations, you can also use a moment like this in a group like this to be able to communicate what's going on, because there's other
I'm learning so
here.
much from people who've had their own companies for years, and they're just they're not laughing, but they're just I've been there, and it's just so great once you get past that and you understand the risk is worth it. And,
absolutely, the risk is worth it. I love that saying, because it really is, right?
Yeah.
There's no reward without taking the risk.
Exactly.
And doing so in a way that you feel supported and can also communicate effectively to the people who really need it, right? It's really easy to ignore how your employees are perceiving some of the things you're doing. And I think that goes back into that leadership and mentorship role that you're giving these CEOs, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? Like you're giving these CEOs empowerment to not only do their job, but to lead in a way where people are excited to come to work.
Yeah, no, you want your employees to love coming to work. Even, I mean, it's just a job. Like, employees just getting paid, but you want them to be like, oh my gosh, I like coming to work and doing what I'm doing, even if it's not changing the world or anything. We're in affiliate marketing. We're not changing the world, but it's fun.
You're changing someone's world.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And that's really what matters. And it's really important to be able to focus on those things because what is it? A machine is only as great as its parts. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And that machine wants that machine to work, that CEO, right? But it's not going to work if you don't have the employees and the infrastructure to really succeed. So it's really awesome to hear that that's what you're doing, and really excited that, because obviously I'm one of those people, you don't want to work with a company where the employees don't want to be there. You can feel it when you walk in the door. Yeah, right? No,
definitely. And it's crazy that I started out by I'll help publishers get offers and advertisers and networks get publishers. And now I'm like, it's just not even, that's not the whole scope at all. It's like, it's just even fast. I mean, it's like way crazier than what I even set out to be. It's like,
which is exciting. Yeah. You're walking into the
unknown. I can't even put it in words.
You're walking into the unknown. Yeah. Having a family and a support team behind you that is doing everything they can to give you those insights, but also helping you along the way with those fears, because it's important to maintain that, understanding, hey, this can be scary. Yeah. Right? But we can do it together. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that we're here. Thank you so much for sharing. A big shout out to Contact Center Compliance for making this happen as well. And of course, LinkUnite. Yeah. Beautiful, amazing group that we have here, obviously, with some really talented, amazing women. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on before we...
No, thank you. And thank you, LinkUnite. This is amazing. And I'm excited for the week.